Hello learners, in this tutorial we are going to deal with the view tab, okay, that is present in the Revit application, and we will see how to create a variety of views and how to handle them. Okay, so let's get started. So here is the file that we have left off previously. So here we have the floor plans, here we have the ceiling plans, here we have the 3D views, here we have the elevations, okay, and here we have the sections. So if I select and delete anything from here, then the sections would be deleted from the entire model. Okay, we have the area plan that we have created previously. So if you just double click on it, left double click on it, you can go and access the area plan which you have created. So if you don't want it, just right click and delete. Okay, so here are the basic views that are available. The views may be in the terms of plans, 3D views, elevations, sections, etc. Okay, so now let's get started to see how to create or manage views. Okay, so in order to create any view, any floor plan for a particular level, all you need to go into the view tab and you have a create panel, and under the create panel you have the plan views. Okay, so when you just drop down the list, you have the floor plan, reflected ceiling plan, structural plan, plan region, area plan. Okay, area plan is similar to what we have seen while discussing the area element. Plan region is a thing that when you sketch a particular plan region, you can control the view range for that particular area without disturbing the view range for the entire view. Okay, so we'll have an example of it as well. And here are the three floor plans. Okay, that is the floor plan, reflected ceiling plan, and the structural plan. Okay, so let's get started and see how we can generate a particular floor plan. For example, I don't have a level 2 floor plan, so I will delete this one. So I have level 2 present in my uh, project file. You can just go to the elevation and you can see there is level 2 present. Okay, so I want a floor plan of level 2. Okay, so in order to do that, all you need to go into the plan view, and for now we need the floor plan, so we'll go to the floor plan, and here you have the list of plans that are not generated, or else if you untick this, you will have all the levels that are present in the Revit file, and you can have the floor plans for each particular one, okay, if needed. So we have the level 0, we have the level 1, we require the level 2 floor plan, so just click on level 2, the type is floor plan, hit OK. So you can see there is level 2 floor plan created, as you can see here. Okay, in this way you can create the floor plans as required. You can even duplicate multiple floor plans, okay, or each view maybe, okay, rather. So right click on the view or the floor plan, you can just have a duplicate view. Then here there are a few stuffs regarding the duplicate option, so we can just duplicate it plainly, duplicate it detailing, and duplicate as dependent. So we will have a look at each of them. So for now, let's go ahead with selecting the duplicate option. So I'll go to and hit duplicate. So here we have the duplicated floor plan of level 0. So the by default Revit takes the suffix as copy. If you want, you can just rename it by right clicking on the name and rename it whatever you need as level 0 duplicated. Okay, so we have the level 0 duplicated, but you will notice that level 0 previously had room tags. Okay, room tags present, but when we have duplicated the level 0 floor plan, we don't see any room tags visible. Okay, this is because we have just duplicated it plainly using the first option. So if I go to level 0 again, okay, this one, and right click duplicate with detailing. Okay, so if I choose duplicate with detailing, you can see another floor plan is now being created, and just rename it. We'll just use the shortcut here, duplicated with detailing, so DD, and you can see whenever we choose duplicate with detailing, all the detailing that was present in the reference floor plan are automatically shown or copied into the new created floor plan. So this is how duplicate with detailing works. This was the plain duplicated reference floor plan. Okay, so it doesn't have any details available in it when you compare it with the reference floor plan. Okay, so there are a couple of options for duplicating as well. So if you want the plain duplication, you can use the first option of duplicate, and if you want the duplication with respect to the detailing point of view, so you can have duplication with detailing. Okay, so these are the few stuffs regarding duplication. So the last one here is duplicate as a dependent. So when you choose duplicate with duplicate as a dependent, then right click, then whatever changes we make in the main file, for example, if I remove the tag here, those similar changes would be replicated into the uh, dependent floor plan as well. Okay. So if I remove a particular tag, just to showcase an example, if I remove these tags, then similarly, all the tags that I have removed from the reference or the source level, so source floor plan, would be disappeared from the dependent view as well. Okay. So in the source, if I turn off the rooms, just go to the visibility graphic override, go to rooms and turn them off. Okay. So the same changes would be visible into my dependent as well, dependent view as well. Okay. So now if you go back to the duplicated one, you can see even though the source file has few modifications, those are not visible into my duplicated one or duplicated with detailed one. Okay. Because they are not linked with each other. Once the duplication is completed, the both the duplicated and duplicated with detailing options will be treated separately, unlike the dependent one. Okay. So you can see all the rooms and the tags are visible in my duplicated and duplicated with detailing floor plan views. Okay. So the thing is that the dependent view, whenever you create a dependent view, whatever changes you do in the source file would be replicated into the dependent view as well. Okay. So once you notice or you have all the changes completed and you want to make it uh, not miss, you have to turn this dependency off for this particular view. You just need to select the view and convert as independent view. Okay. You have the option for convert as independent view. This is available only when you duplicate as a dependent. Okay. This option is not uh, available when you duplicate it as a normal or duplicate it a detailing. Okay. So if you want to convert it as independent view, just click on convert as independent and your independent view is now created. Okay. And you can just also check in the dependency of the particular floor plan properties. The dependency is currently set to independent. Previously it was dependent. Now it's converted to independent. So whatever changes you make here in the main source file, okay, I'll turn the rooms on again. Those changes won't be reflected in the dependent floor plan because we have turned the dependency to independent view. Okay. So in this way, the duplication of the views work. Okay. So now let's getting move ahead. So now we have seen the plan views. Now for example, let's say I have this window present at a sill, maybe a sill height of 1500. Okay. So whenever I do that, just go to VR 1500. So 1500, I'll just make the view range for this particular floor as 1200. Okay. So in this case, as my window is present above the cut plane, so the window is not visible. So in that case, without hampering the overall view range for the entire view, you can have the windows shown or populated into the view using the plan region. So basically, plan region is something or a region that means where the view range can be governed independently of the view range that is present for the entire view. Okay, so the main view here is the level 0 floor plan, but we have a plan region here. So whatever view range we apply to this particular region using the plan region, okay, will be up the only the view range will be applied to this particular area and not the entire floor plan view, because for when you just hit escape and press VR to enable the view range, the view range for the entire view, that is level 0 floor plan, is set to something like this. Okay, but you can control the view range for this particular area using the plan region. Go to view range and here from here you can adjust the view range for this particular area. Apply, hit OK. So now you can see the window that was previously not visible is now visible again. So here there was another window that was cut or not visible as we have modified the view range. So you can adjust the view, the boundary of the plan region in order to make them visible, okay, in the floor plan. In this way, you can control the view range of any particular area using the plan region. Okay, so let's delete it for now. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Make it back to the preset. Okay, so in this way, the plan region works. Then let's move ahead. Now we have the 3D sections or the 3D view. Okay, let's get started with the 3D views first. So we have under the drop down, we have three things. Default 3D. If you click on the default 3D, you can see the default view, 3D view. And if you want to check all the 3D views here, they are available under the 3D views, okay, here in the project browser. Okay, so if you want to copy or make a duplicate of any particular 3D view, you can do that as well. You just need to go to check the 3D view, right click on this and duplicate. Okay, just duplicate. Okay, so you can rename it as anything, showcase. Okay, okay, so here we have the showcase or the display 3D view. Okay, so if you want to make any changes here, you can do it. If you don't want the levels to be visible, you can just hide them from your model. And if you want the settings to be coarse and hidden, you can do that as well. So in this way, my model looks. Whenever you go to other 3D plans, these are not visible, okay, because you have applied the changes for this particular view only. So if you want to showcase this 3D view as a presentation, so if you want to lock the view, you can lock the view as well. Okay, so if you want the view to be set in this particular angle or in this particular perspective, and you want to freeze the orientation, because sometimes what happens by mistake, we orbit the model, and during that we might accidentally change the orientation or the actual look for the particular view. Okay, in order to fix this view and fix this perspective, all you need to do is check the unlock 3D view option at the bottom. Okay, and you have the save orientation and lock. Just hit OK on this, and now try orbiting the model. You are unable to do it because we have saved the orientation and we have locked the model. Okay, so as you can see, the lock symbol is now enabled here. So whenever we have the 3D view locked in a particular orientation, you are unable to change the orbit or orientation for this. You can try using the view cube. You are unable to do it because you have locked the orientation. So unlock orientation and you are free to orient it back as needed. Okay, so in this way, you can have the 3D views locked as needed. Okay, and then we have camera tool. So camera tool is nothing but a simple view. Okay, so if you want to view this particular room from this particular location, all you just need to place the camera and you have to decide the direction and the total area to be viewed. So I want the camera to be fixed at this direction. So whenever you are okay with the direction, okay, just click on OK, and you can see this is something what the camera view is showing. Okay, you can change the projection mode from perspective to orthographic as needed, and you can even adjust the eye level and target level. So if by changing the eye level and target level, you can have it something similar to like this. Okay, so in this way you can have or make use of the camera tool. You can even change the detail level or the visual styles and all this stuff as we do similarly for a particular view. Okay, so in this way you can have camera view placed. You can rename it also as needed or keep it view 2. So in this way you can adjust and manage the 3D views. Now let's get started with these sections and callouts. So sections, from here we can access the section, or we have a shortcut here as well in the quick access toolbar. So for section, all you need to just select the from the properties. We have two types of sections, that is a detail view and a section. So when you first will get to understand what a section is basically a cut between the 2 points that you wish to see, and the shape handle that you are seeing here is the far clip offset. Okay, it basically determines up to what range from the section line you wish to see the objects. Okay, so if I keep my far clipping till the second thread here and just go and right click, go to view, I'm only able to see the first couple of steps of the staircase. But if I extend my far clipping beyond this wall, so, and go to section 1 again, I'm able to see the entire staircase. So in this way, the far clipping works. So far clipping offset, you can find it in the properties also. For now, the far clipping is set to almost 3000 mm. Okay, or else you can control it from using the shape handle. Okay, so if I use the shape handle, notice the change in the far clip offset. Okay, so in this way you can control the far clipping offset. And even for this section, you can control every item or every instance that we have used for the views. Like you can manage the scale, you can manage the uh, detail level of the model or the sectional view, you can manage the visual styles. Okay, you can change the section as well. Okay, if you don't want to see the reference plane, you can hide them. Okay? Or you can just make any changes using the visibility graphic override as well. Okay, so if you don't want the grids to be visible, go to VV and select the grids and set them to not visible. Okay, so we have the reference planes as well. So you can just make the view much representable as you want. Okay, using all these stuffs. So in this way, you can have this section. But what if you want a section in a zigzag manner? Okay, for now we have seen the section in a straight line only. Like it may be horizontal, it may be vertical. Okay, so if you want a section in a zigzag pattern, so for that, all you need to do is draw or model a section. Okay, and here we have the split segment option. Okay, so whenever you choose a section, you have the split segment option available. So if you want to split the section in a particular location, at a particular location, you can just click on it and drag it as needed. Okay, so I want a split here, and I want to move the section a bit below, and notice my far clipping offset is here, like it's shown in the dotted line. Whenever I try to move my section beyond the far clipping, it's not going further beyond the far clipping offset level. Okay, so all you need to increase the far clip here in order to shift the segment location. Okay, so here in this way we can have the section modeled in various segments. Okay, by using the split segment command. So now if you go to view, you can see the entrance, the staircase, and the window here, as we are uh, cutting the sections along these elements. Okay, so in this way you can have a zigzag section as well. And whenever you need to check anything you within a section, if you want another section, then you have the option to go with the detail view. Okay, so whenever you are present in any section and you try to model a section horizontally, so you are unable to do it. So in that case, you all you need to do is use the detail view. Okay, a detail view is something similar to the section only. Okay, like if you just go to right click and go to view. Okay, now you are able to see all the elements that we are cutting using the detail view. Okay, here the detail view works similar to the section. We have the far clip offset here as well, so you can adjust the view range by which you can control up to what depth the detail view should be visible, or the elements that can be covered. Okay, you can control it from here. So in this way, the detail view works. Or if you want the detail view of a particular corner or stuff like that, you can go either with the detail view or the call out. Okay, so we'll have a look at call out now. So for call out, we have two stuffs. For example, I need a call out for this particular wall corner or maybe a wall junction. So I just go and place a section horizontally. Go to view. Okay, so if I want a detail of this particular uh, floor and wall junction, I can go for using a call out. Okay, so how the call out works, just you need to go to a call out view, and you have two options, that is rectangular and sketch. Okay, so let's get started with the rectangular one and just sketch it out. Okay, so for now it's not linked to any sheet, so this data is blank. So if you want to have a look at the view, just go to right click and go to view. So in this way your call out will look. Okay, call out are used for showing the detailing items, okay, in more detail, where due to the scaling issue or the elements mostly the scaling issue, most of the corners or junction or typical details are not clearly shown. So we make use of the callouts. So you can change the scale here. You can change everything that's available for the all the views, okay. And if you want, you can annotate anything, okay. So for example, if I want to add a text here, and go by adding text junction floor wall, okay. For now I've added the random text. So increase the cropping view in order to fit the annotation here. So if I just drag the my cropping here, so that my text is going beyond it, then my text is not visible. So if I adjust my cropping view, so I'm now able to see the text, okay. So you can detail anything as per your requirement using the callouts. Okay, so as callout is working here in this section, the callout can be worked out for a floor plan view as well. Okay, so now let's sketch it. Okay, here is our callout. You can adjust the view here. Okay, now go to view. You are able to see the wall corner here, and we have the floor here. You can remove the grid lines and adjust everything possible. Okay, so in this way the callout works. Now let's move ahead creating the elevation views. Okay, so elevation views, under the elevation views we have elevation and framing elevation. Framing elevation is like mostly related with the structural part. All we are dealing with the architectural part, so we'll just check the elevation. Like there is absolutely no change in these things. So if you know how to place an elevation, the framing elevation won't be an issue for you. Okay, so for example, we have 4 elevations here. That is the elevation 1 here, elevation 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. Okay, so here I will have a couple of examples. So here is the plane 1. Here we have, okay, an inclined wall sections, okay, or inclined wall arrangement. So whenever you want to place a elevation, all you need to just go near to the wall reference, and the elevation tool will automatically sense the orientation of the particular wall. So if you want external elevations, you need the elevations to be placed outside. Okay, whenever you place an elevation, you can see there is a crop or the viewport, okay, viewport that is available for accessing it. Okay, so here we have the viewport for this particular elevation. Okay, so now if you check, you have this elevation 1A created, and okay, so this is the 1A elevation view. Okay, so if you just go to right click and go to view, by double clicking on it, you can see this is the uh, crop view that we can adjust. And if you adjust it from here, the same would be adjusted from here as well, from the floor plan as well. Okay, so if you adjust or drag this, the same would be replicated here as well. Okay, so both works the same, and you can adjust the extents of this particular view. Like this is basically the viewport. Okay, you can adjust the viewport from here, and you can have all the properties of the elevations from here, like the far clipping offset. Far clipping offset is this one. Okay, so you can adjust it as required. You can adjust the ends, you can drag it, but make sure to place the viewport where we have the 1A elevation only, or the elevation that is created, because when you have multiple elevations, it might be a bit confusion. Okay, so go back to the elevation again, and you can just rename it from here, elevation A. Okay, you can have the view template set. For now it's currently none, and all the other properties you can play with. Okay, so in this way you can have the elevations created. If you want elevations at this site as well, so go for the elevation. Just need to verify the wall is correctly referenced and place your elevations. So you can see elevation 1A, 2A, 3A are now created. You can rename those as needed. If you want to check the view, go to elevation view, and you can see this view is now created. Okay, you can adjust the viewports. So in this way, you can have the elevation view created. If you don't want to see the crop region visible, all you need to just do it uncheck. Okay, by unchecking the crop region visible, you can uncheck the region of the cropping. Okay, from here you can adjust it. Okay, so now when we are considering a inclined wall example, see the elevation automatically references the wall as inclined. Okay, as my wall is inclined, the orientation of the elevation is automatically pointing towards the wall in a perpendicular fashion. Okay, so if I place my elevation here, see, notice the change because the elevation is able to reference or sense the orientation of the wall itself. You don't need to rotate uh, your elevation with respect to the wall orientation. It automatically senses the orientation. Okay, so in this way you can have your external elevation placed. So if you want an internal elevation to be placed, you can go to the elevation. Okay, and if you want your elevation to be present in internally, so all you need to select the room where you need the internal elevations and place it. So whenever you select the circle here, for now we have a single elevation, that is 8A. We have three boxes that are unchecked currently. So by checking them, notice the change that is happening. The dark triangle represents the view. Okay, elevation view. Okay, so when we have checked all the remaining boxes here, we are able to place the views for the entire room. Okay, so now if you go to elevation 1D, we are able to see the front door. So go to elevation 1D and look, we are able to now see the front door elevation. Okay, so now let's go to the floor plan. See, my 1D is pointing in this direction, and you can adjust the cropping for here as well, and the far clipping also. Okay, I want to see the door here, so I'll go to 1C, and I'm able to see the door at the left hand side. So in this way, you can have the elevations placed internally as well as externally. And last foremost thing here now is the drafting view. So we have the drafting view tool here under the view tab. So click on the drafting view. It's asking to set a name for it. Let's keep it drafting view 1. Okay, set the scale, or you can custom the scale as needed. So let's keep it as 1:10 for now. Okay, and we get a blank canvas here whenever you choose the drafting view. Inside the drafting view, you can sketch anything as required in order to mention or highlight any particular typical views that we show in drawings. Okay, so to do that, I'll go to the annotate tab, or maybe the just sketch a few lines here to show the example. I'll use the detail lines here, and I'll just sketch a rectangle here, or maybe not a rectangle actually. Let's showcase a typical corner for wall junction. Okay, so in this way we can have any typicality, and here we can have few layers as well. So I'll go for the center for now and just trim it out. So in this way, the wall junction should be like it's a detailed view, and you can have the text added. Typical wall junction. Okay, so increase the text for it. Okay, so in this way we can adjust it, or maybe 7 will work. Okay, so for now let's take an example of this one, and if you want to showcase this into any sheet, you can use the drafting view as it is. Okay, so drafting view can be available here in the drafting view tab. Okay, so from here you can access the drafting view what you have created. You can also link various views to various sectional view callouts. Okay, so if you are creating a particular callout, so now let's take example of this particular wall junction. Okay, previously let's go to view again, go to callout rectangular, and just place a callout here and go to view. So I'm able to see actually what's present in the floor plan. Okay, so this is what the floor plan actually represents. So if you want to link any particular detail, okay, to a particular callout or any sectional view, you can do that. So whenever you are creating a callout, here we have reference other views option available. Okay, so you can set any other view as a reference for this particular callout. So when you just check it, you can have any other views as a reference for this particular view. So we have created the drafting view 1. So we'll go ahead with the drafting view 1, and even though you are selecting or placing the call out at this particular junction, wall junction, and the model shows something like this, the call out would show what's seen actually in the drafting view. Okay, so it will reference to the drafting view, and whatever the details that are present in the drafting view would be shown in this particular call out. Okay, like this. So in this way, you can have views referenced with respect to any details that you prefer to show. That's it for now. Thank you for watching.